Is she here yet?
Not yet, ma'am, no.
Then she's late.
Yes, she is late.
Your Royal Highness.
Mummy!
Family are all gathered in the drawing room. They are waiting.
Pablo, what an amazing film.
Thank you so much.
It just rattled me to the core. It seems that what that Diana was made to suffer so much that it almost veers on a criminal conspiracy. That's what I get from the film. Would you agree?
No, I think I understand what you're saying, but no, I think you think you're saying that she was facing some sort of conspiracy.
Well, that no one bothered. Clearly, something was seriously wrong with her, and nobody stepped in. Nobody provided therapy for her, or took any care.
Well, I think
and she could have killed herself. I mean,
I think she struggled with two different type of monsters. One is probably whatever that was outside of her. You know, the institution, the family, and the difficulties that someone that gets into the wheels of history and tradition has to deal with. And it's just not just her. I think any member of that family has to deal with that, to play a role in front of the people and to try to have a normal, or whatever that means, life in privacy. So that's one thing, and then the other one is her own ghosts. Whatever happened inside of her. So it wasn't easy. I wouldn't say that they were, you know, on purposely trying to hurt her. I don't think so. I would say that it was the mechanics of the relationship that they all got involved, and what probably make her suffer. I do think that I agree with you. She suffered so much, and that's why this movie tries to end with a more uplifting note, and especially when we get to understand that she did suffer a lot, but she was a very loved person, and she knew that, I think, and that's something that I think is beautiful.
I'm serious about you. So stand very still and smile a lot. They know everything. They don't.
Mummy, what's happened to make you so sad?
And, you know, Prince Charles is barely in it. And I think that indicates the fact that by the time we have this Christmas weekend, she's so far removed from him. He's just something from the past. And I mean, I'm sure that he was with another woman. She was in her mindset. Was that something that you were trying to show us?
Well, I think that what we did with Steve Knight, our writer, is that we wanted to deal with the consequences, not with the events or the facts itself. So most of the things that created the crisis that the movie is showing and portraying have already happened. And so we're laid into it, and the consequence of the consequence, you know, and it's the moment to make some decisions. But yeah, and I think that in that respect, it's not also what the movie decides to avoid or to put in the background. It's also what we decide to put in the foreground, and who is she really talking to, who is she dealing with, and those are her friends and both her children, of course. So she had an inner circle of people that she could talk to, people that could understand her. And that was, I guess, what we decided to do. It's like, it's not just what you avoid, but also what you decide to look at, I guess.
Well, here, in this house, there is no future. The past and the present are the same thing.
Diana, they can't change. You have to change.
You have to be able to do things you hate.
You hate?
There has to be two of you. There's the real one and the one they take pictures of. Diana, for the good of the country.
Of the country?
you say you didn't know a lot about Diana. But it's interesting that a foreign film production company made the film, because I don't think a Brit would, because she's an icon still today, still beloved, and still a spark that seems to bother the royal family. It just seems
but
makes sense if you did it.
It's the royal family has this sort of very extensive and slow process. You know, it's an institution that has, I don't know, 1,200 years. And so they I think, I could be wrong, that I think their perception of time is different from the one that we have. And that might be interesting. It's like institutions like the church, for example, that they have a different perception of time. And it's, so I guess for them it's different than for us, that we feel that we're so grounded and that we're just looking at our feet and we think that the present is what it is. And it's interesting to look at things like that. That's why Anne Boleyn is such an interesting particular character.
That was great. That was a really cool invention. Wow. Now, do you know that many of these events happened, or is this like a fantasy element as well? In other words, did you speak to like royal experts or psychologists?
Yeah, well, we talked to a lot of people, and Steve did a very, interesting research. He talked to people. Steve Knight, a writer, talked to people that actually work in the house while she was there.
Wow.
And so there is, but the truth is that once the doors are closed, whatever happened, it's unknown. And you know that the family is very discreet, as they should, I believe. So everything is really about fiction, and how can we just, try to understand things that we never know how they actually happen. We'll never know. So.
Well, I must say, I just think this film is outstanding, and you called her a ghost, and the film has been haunting me since I saw it. So you've done a great piece of work.
You're very
kind.
Thank
you so much,
you.
Pablo.
Please, my pleasure.
I really like things that are simple, ordinary, things that are real. There's no hope for me, not with them.
Fight them. You are your own weapon.
Will they kill me, do you think?